Today we will learn how to fill in BIR Form 1903, otherwise known as Application for Registration for Corporations, Taxable and Non-Taxable Partnerships, including government-owned and controlled corporations, local government units, cooperatives, and associations. This presentation is brought to you by BIR Revenue District Office Number 57, West Laguna. Happy learning! BIR Form 1903 is the applicable form for registration of head office, branch, or facility of juridical persons. A juridical person is a non-human legal entity that is not a single natural person but an organization recognized by law as a legal person, such as a corporation, government agency, or NGO. Also known as artificial person, juridical entity, juridic person, juristic person, or legal person. Please be reminded that this should be filed on the Revenue District Office having jurisdiction over the place of business. You can verify the places covered by each RDO in the Bureau's website www.bir.gov.ph. Also, please do note that this form should be filed on or before the commencement of new business or within 30 calendar days from the issuance of mayor's permit or professional tax receipt by LGU, or Securities and Exchange Commission's certificate of registration, whichever comes earlier. Before going to the BIR office, please make sure that you have completed the following documentary requirements. 2 original copies of BIR Form 1903. 1 photocopy of SEC Certificate of Incorporation or Certificate of Recording in case of partnership or license to operate in the Philippines, in case of a foreign corporation. 1 photocopy of Articles of Incorporation or Articles of Partnership. Final and clear sample of own principal receipts or invoice. Payment of 500 pesos registration fee and 30 pesos loose documentary stamps. Additional documents if applicable. 1 original copy of board resolution indicating the purpose and the name of the authorized representative, or secretary certificate, and 1 photocopy of a government-issued ID of the authorized representative. 1 photocopy of franchise documents. Example is the Certificate of Public Convenience for Common Carrier. 1 photocopy of franchise agreements. 1 photocopy of Memorandum of Agreement for Joint Venture. 1 photocopy of Certificate of Authority, if Barangay Micro Business Enterprise Registered Entity. 1 photocopy of Proof of Registration or Permit to Operate from BOI, BOIARMM, PEZA, BCDA, TIZA, TEZA, SBMA, etc. When all requirements are complete, before we proceed to the filling in of the BIR form number 0613, you may download the form from www.bir.gov.ph. Have you already downloaded the form? Then, let us get started. The BIR Form 1903 is divided into 8 parts. Part 1, Taxpayer Information. Part 2, Authorized Representative. Part 3, Business Information. Part 4, Facility Details. Part 5, Tax Types. Part 6, Authority to Print. Part 7, Stockholder, Partner, Members. Part 8, Payment Details. The following should be filled up by the taxpayer applying for Business TIN. Part 1 pertains to taxpayer information. Put an X mark to tick the box applicable to your business and put NA short for not applicable to empty fields. Indicate whether you are registering the head office, branch, or a facility of the business by putting an X mark on the applicable box. There are fields with label to be filled by BIR. leave out these fields blank. The Rdo Code is the BIR district who has jurisdiction over your place of business. For example, Rdo number 57 has jurisdiction over San Pedro, Biñan, Santa Rosa, and Caballo. Kindly look up from the BIR website the Rdo code of your registered place of business. Put an X mark on the applicable box for taxpayer type among the choices: corporation, partnership, cooperative, association, etc. Fill in the registered name of the organization and not the trade name. Refer to your SEC Certificate of Registration or similar document for the date of organization. Refer also to Articles of Incorporation for the accounting year to be used. Tick the applicable box with an X. And fill in the address registered with the SEC. Part 2 contains the details of the person who appeared before the BIR. His full name, address, taxpayer identification number, relationship to the registrant and contact number. Part 3 contains the information of the business such as single business number which can be seen on your DTI certificate. Put NA if not applicable. The primary and secondary industry to which the business will be engaged and the name to be used for each line of business. And any known government regulatory body on the adjacent part. Examples of these regulatory agencies are SEC, DTI, LTFRB, Department of Agriculture and the like. Also part of the business information is registration with incentive-giving bodies such as PEZA, BOI, DTI SBMBE if applicable. Fill in the informations in relation to the registration certificates and supplemental agreements from the aforementioned agencies. Facilities or other address of the business where no sales transaction is occurring. It may be a production place, storage place, warehouse, showroom, garage, bus terminal or real property for lease. Indicate the complete address of the facility on the boxes provided for. Part 5 is filled out by the BIR. Authority to print is the permit given to a taxpayer to commission an accredited printer to print his own receipts. Before proceeding to the BIR office for registration of the business, contact an accredited printer of your choosing. The list of accredited printers in your area can be found in the BIR website. However, if a business cannot choose yet the accredited printer, he has the option to buy temporary receipts at the new business registrant counter. Part 7 contains the information of the stockholders such as name and TIN. Put nothing follows on the immediately preceding box if the company stockholders is less than 5. Part 8 contains the payment details. If the payment is made on time, the registration fee is only $500. Penalties may apply if registration is made beyond the 30-day grace period from the issuance of mayor's permit or SEC certificate of registration. Good news! Pursuant to Republic Act No. 11,032, otherwise known as Ease of Doing Business in the Philippines, the BIR will process and issue the certificate of registration within 1 day. In addition, a counter exclusively for the new business registrants is set up where the company will submit documents, pay registration fee, and receive the certificate of registration in a single counter. The company may also opt to make an appointment with the BIR using the e-appointment app available in the BIR website. The e-appointment is already implemented in Rdo 57 and several other districts. The appointment app, however, for the time being, is limited only for appointments for new business registrants and setting up meetings with the assessment section. In addition, the company may choose to process their registration online using the latest NoBizReg app, where the registrants will send scanned copies of the required docs through the app and wait for the certificate of registration to be processed. Have a nice day, and we wish the best for you and for your business.